Well, hello, farming friends, and welcome back to another edition of Farming Simulator 2015 with me, your old buddy, Mr. Moose. And welcome back to our map Manchester with the Soul mod. And today we continue where we left off yesterday, which was basically we plowed the fields, and now we need to spread some fertilizer in them, and then we'll get the cultivator out and we'll cultivate everything under. So that's sort of where we're at today. We're going to bust out the old John Deere here, and we'll get inside and get going. And once again, guys, remember, if there's any mods that you see in this game or map information that you need to know, the map link is located in the show notes, and a list of all the mods is available in the spreadsheet listed in the show notes as well. So, all right, so let's fill up with this. And we are going to change to N. Now remember, I'm going to do N fertilizer today, and then I'm going to do PK tomorrow, or as far as tomorrow in game, not tomorrow in the video, because who knows what tomorrow's video will be. So hope you enjoyed yesterday's videos. I did manage to get 2 up, a farm sim video and a little fishing video. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Was it a farm sim video and a fishing video? I think it was. Maybe it wasn't. Okay, anyways. Alright, so I need to change this over to N. And we'll head on over to the fields and then we'll get going. So these windshields need cleaned on this tractor. They are, they have quite the film on them. See if I can get my camera down just a little bit, which means I need to pull my visor down. Alright, so we'll get over here with this guy, and we'll go ahead and extend the boom. Make sure that's going out. 'Tis rocking on out there. That's going to be way out there. Gonna have to readjust quite a bit. And then we'll turn the GPS mod on so that we can get everything set up and calculated. And to calculate this, I'm going to jump out so I can see my lines. And I can see that we are way off. So let's come back over a little bit. See how that works for us. Yeah, I think that'll work. That'll work pretty good, actually. Alright. So we got our N fertilizer that we're going to put down. And then we'll come back and cultivate this field. And looks good. I think we'll end up picking up a second cultivator, and we'll just speed things up. I'll run 2 cultivators through the field. And again, so after I recorded yesterday's video, I saved everything. I fast-tracked time. Those 2 fields in the back won't become available until the next day, so we're not going to be harvesting until we get this field sowed. So basically our activities are going to consist of doing this and focus on this field. Now I could go ahead today, and in the interest of getting our animals some nutrition, I could be mowing some grass today, but I think I'll do that in a live stream a little bit later on. And we'll just leave this for what we got going on right now. There we go. Zoom out. Make sure we're getting even coverage. It does look like it. But once again, I can't actually tell that I'm spraying with the textures on this field. Kind of a bummer. I thought that texture pack actually gave you a little bit of a different look for each of them, but apparently not so. Well, this won't take long to get this sprayed, and then we'll bring the 2 tractors over and we'll run through the field with the cultivators. I bet I hit that tree. I did. So we just kind of have to pack up to make this turn. I sort of figured we would, since we have all this structure here. Ain't nothing but a thing, right? Get over here, get in place, and then unpack it again, and we'll be good to go. All right, that's good. Alright, so yeah, I need to mow some grass on this field. And the other thing is, and I know it's a little bit of a cheat, but I think everybody's done it that I know of. Field 1 over there has got all that corn in it, and it's just sitting there. And that field is super uber expensive to buy. But you know, we could just go ahead and buy it. I don't really care. It's like $1.5 million to buy. I don't know, I might just put the money in and buy it and say, you know, whatever, it's ours. Because I'm putting money in for everything else in the game. And really, it's just about playing the game for me. It's not about trying to beat it. I've beat it already. So, we might buy Field 1 and just go ahead and farm it. But it's got all that corn in there, and since we do have livestock already, I need to get some chaff done. So that's probably going to be done as well, as do some chaff. And yeah, and like I said, we'll be doing it a different way this time. We won't be using tractor trailers. What we could do is I could use a tractor trailer and an auger wagon, and I could accomplish the same thing, because the capacity on that auger wagon is pretty darn high. And so instead of using 2 tractor trailers in the field, or even whatever, I could put a tractor trailer on the edge of the field and then use the auger wagon to move chaff to and from the hopper to the truck, and then go. The other option is to do hired hand and use Courseplay's combine unload feature to do it, but that would be a little bit overkill. Anyways, I think I cleared that tree. Oh, I'm not going to clear that one though. Ooh. I was like, oh, I cleared that tree, and then I realized, oh, there's one right there. There. Now I cleared it. We're going to work on that because we're going to be watering this field quite a bit. I had to drop a couple of trees out. So anyways, alright. So today I hope to pretty much get this field ready to go. I would like to get it Fertilized, cultivated, watered, sown. And even if we go cultivation, sow, and then water, that would be fine with me as well. Either way, I'd like to get... Oh, that's so weird looking at it change the pitch on this thing. The incline. But either way, I'd like to get that, to get most everything done. I mean, it's 2 o'clock in game. So I'd like to get everything done in the next couple hours. And then we can fast track time to the next day and do our harvest. So. Yeah, clear that. Yeah. Gotta get this right because we can't go down through there. We'll be hitting some trees. I think this is about right. Yeah. Alright, so we'll get this last little bit fertilized and then we can move forward. So I know I mentioned that I might do a Twitch feed last night, do a live stream. So here's the deal. I got on Farmers Only and met this girl, and she wanted to go out last night. So, yeah, unfortunately there was no live stream. And so yeah. Which, I mentioned that in the video for Monday. So, it's Tuesday. So, that may not make a whole lot of sense to you guys. But, yeah. So anyways. And I'm just kidding about the Farmers Only thing. But you don't have to be lonely. If you play Farm Sim, does that qualify you to be on Farmers Only? Like if you live in the city, like in LA, but you play Farm Sim, can you get on Farmers Only and maybe you meet a girl on Farmers Only that also lives in the city but plays Farm Sim? See, those are the silly, demented things that I think about when I'm bored. But yeah, the live stream. The girlfriend got in the way last night, so no live stream on Monday night. Alright, so I'm just going to park this guy right here. And because we are going to change this over to water. But I have to change it back to NPK to fill it up. That container contains Flex NS. Each of them have a different label on it. That's cool. Alright, so now I can change that over to water. There we go. And I'll shut that off because we don't need it right now. Alright, so for cultivating, we're going to find these guys again. And I'll go ahead and get them fired up. And this is going to be one of those on-the-fly things because I really haven't thought about how I'm going to do this. So let's go ahead and get this guy over here and get him in place. And I really do just want to run 2 of them at a time. So I'll have to do some quick calculations really to figure all this out. So go ahead and spread this guy out real quick. It'll work the same as the plows. I just got to figure out what my working width and all that is. If I just go straight forward like that, turn that on, turn that on. So that says 12 meters, and that's not right. Maybe it is. Once I get it going. Figure out 12 meters. So 24 meters of working width is what we need. And we'll scale that down just a little bit. So we'll say our working width is 23.5 maybe. And we'll set all this up. So let's get into Courseplay. And we'll set up for this. We'll jump back over to here. And we're in field number 4. And our working width now is going to be really a lot. So let's just say 23 meters to get that right. And I will go ahead and be starting in the northwest corner. There we go. Headed east. And we'll do one headland. And let's see, is there anything else I need to do other than generate course and tell this guy to be activated on 1 meter to the left? And we do need symmetrical lane change, just because he needs to change lanes. Alright, so oh, that's not right. Oh, I gotta think about this again. He has to be offset to the side 24 meters. He has to be 12 meters offset to the right to make this work. Is that right? Each one of them is 6. So 12 meters offset to one side. So we'll say, let's say 11.5 meter offset. 11.5 and 11.5 is 23 meters, right? Yeah, we'll just go 11.8. That'll put it way over here, but that'll work. Let me go get the other tractor. Does that make sense to you guys, what I'm trying to do here? Let me go ahead and jump out and grab this guy. And I need to go into the store real quick, pick up another cultivator, and have that delivered to the farm. So what I'm doing is, and on a plow, the offset is just to one side because the plow only hangs off one side of the tractor. But since the tractor is centered on this thing, and it hangs off basically 6 meters off the center on each side, then we're gonna have to be offset off the center on each side 6 meters. Hope that makes sense to you guys. So the total working width is the combined value of the two units, which are 12 meters each, so that's 24 meters. I'm taking 1 meter off just to give myself a little leeway on the course, so a little bit of overlap. But what I'm trying to figure out now is when they're following the course, each tractor has to be off the actual course, offset a certain amount in order to make it work right. So basically half the value, or each way. So really it only has to be offset 6 meters to the left, and that one needs to be 6 meters to the right. See, I'll get this eventually. Alright, so open up Courseplay. We'll get it right on this one, and then I can go fix it on the other one. Alright, so I'm going to be doing field work, and I'm going to jump over here, and I'm going to be on field 4, and my working width is going to be 24 meters. I got this now. I've done it in my head. It's actually 23 meters is going to be my working width, and starting in the northwest corner, going east, generate my course, complete that. Now my offset. So from this center line, the tractor needs to be half the working width of my implement to the left. So over here I'm going to do offset, and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to be offset to the left 6 meters. And actually I'm going to make it 5.8 or 5.9, so you know, I've touched the side just a little bit. And I am going to have symmetric lane change so that when we change lanes, everybody's in the right position. Which it really shouldn't matter, but they might run into each other when they... we'll see. We'll start this guy first, and I'll give him a little bit of a run room, and then we'll go with it. Alright, so this guy only needs to be offset 6 meters. 5.9 meters to the right. Symmetric lane change is offset. Alright, we're ready to do this. This is sort of one of those pass-fail things, you know? You either get it right or you start over again. And I can always just not save the map, and I can come back and go, oh yeah, look, I did this, and I did it perfectly the last time. Okay, stop driver. We didn't start correctly. This is going to be fun to get started. If I get right here, it should... Okay, stop raising that up. See if that picked up right. Yeah, that looks like it's right now. Alright, so this guy should be easy. This guy's just a matter of getting over here and doing its thing. There we go. So if I wanted to completely automate this, I could just go ahead and hit Courseplay. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive this again, because it'll cut down on labor. No need me spending the money on labor to do this. Tractor really is just a little bit undersized for what we're doing here, but it will get the job done. Might not get the job done. It's struggling to climb this hill. Might have needed that big 1050. Of course, when I make this turn, it's going to run like a rabbit. Looks like everything's coming up pretty good. This is tricky doing this in first person. Basically what I'm doing is that little black spot that's up on the windshield, I'm trying to keep it aligned with the with what's been plowed, and it seems like that will be a good gauge for me as to where I need to be at. Alright, so we'll get this done. Alright, so get that knocked out real quick. And I guess I just go right up this line here. I'm gonna have to wait for that guy to pass. And if I don't, I'll run into it. See how that works out? Nice. So, uh-oh. Did he run into a ditch? Oh, he got cleaned up. Nope, I think he ran into the ditch. So see, by giving myself that little extra overhang, I've got a little extra overhang on this tractor. So I've got a little bit of a leeway on both sides of it. So I gotta stop and I gotta go fix this guy because he's off in the ditch over here. Which is not good, because it's gonna be a nightmare to try and get this restarted. Alright, let's get all of our diffs locked in. That ain't gonna work. Maybe by raising that up. That ain't gonna work either. And there we go. There we go. Nice. Alrighty. So now I gotta look at all this and figure out where I'm supposed to be here. Oh, don't tell me I screwed that up. Courseplay. Show me the course. That's what I want you to do. Alright, so it comes down here, makes the turn, and I should be way over here somewhere with it. Alright, so let me make sure. Y'all, I'm lost right now, so just bear with me. And it's going to run into that ditch every single time. I should have done 2 headlands. See if it'll take right here. Haha, I think I got it. Even I get lucky every once in a while. If that's where it's supposed to be. Sweet. Alright, so we can get this guy fired up as soon as he crosses by and makes his turn. And then we'll get this guy rolling. Alright, we're back. Alright, so I hope you guys don't mind that we're working Manchester basically all week. you know, it just it is what it is. It's something that I wanted to do, and hopefully it works out for us and you guys enjoy the videos. It's definitely something different. But what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to do Manchester for the Soul mod. We'll keep on doing Coldborough Park Farm. And probably North Brabant occasionally. But I probably, since I've got the dual joysticks now, I'm probably going to mix in some forestry. Now I don't know if I'm going to use Rockwood, which is the map that Recon, me and Landy were working with, or... Oh, this is so frustrating. He's going to do this every single time. Stop, driver. Back up. Alright. There we go. Anyway, so I don't know if I'm gonna do Rockwood for forestry or maybe do that new map that Raven was talking about the other day. Raven did a review on a map called Lincoln Lodge, I think is the name of it. And man, it's just got a ton of woods on it to do forestry on. But I'm probably going to do a little bit of forestry now that I've got the dual joysticks and just see how that goes. And incorporate that in a little bit more. And gives us a little bit more variety into the gameplay as well. And will give us the ability to, you know, check out some other mods that we haven't been using. The only thing is I want to check with Recon and see what he's going to do. He's sort of in limbo right now as to doing Euro Truck, and I think he sort of maybe got burned out a little bit on Farm Sim. And so he's got his whole Euro Truck thing going, and now he's into LSPD FR, and which all of us dig, and I don't blame him for getting into that. As a matter of fact, I might actually start doing some of the LS PDFR stuff. I don't want to seem like I'm jumping on the same bandwagon as everybody else, but I've been hooked on that game for a while, and would have I would have done LS PDFR a long time ago had I had a rig that would run GTA 5. But I didn't have a rig that would run it, so I knew I wasn't going to be doing any GTA stuff, especially not that. But now that I've got a rig that can actually handle it, it's something I've been toying with, and I don't know what you guys think about that, and I don't know why this stupid thing doesn't want to lock in. Nearest waypoint, idiot. What is it doing? Okay, stop, you stupid thing. Stop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin. I guess it needs to get all the way to the end and wreck before I can, there we go. Stop, driver. Once it picked up the cultivator, I bet is when it changed its lane and realized it was supposed to be over here now. So now if I come over here, drop the implement, set it in place, and hit drive course, it takes right off. See, you just gotta think through it and you can figure it out. But anyways, I've been thinking about, like I said, I've been into the old LSPDFR since GTA 4 and have loved watching other people play it, and have always thought I would love to do that myself, but I didn't have the rig for it. Well, now that I've got the rig, I'm thinking, hey, you know, it'd be cool to do some LSPDFR. So I've actually got GTA 5 now. I've got to go through the process of putting all the mods into it. But don't be surprised if I don't do some videos on there. And it's not that I'm copying anybody else. It's just, it's been one of those things where I've wanted to play it and have thought about doing it for a while. And so don't be surprised if it's something that I start doing as well. But, you know, and I say this every single time. I love me some farm sim, and I'm going to do a farm sim video every day. That other stuff will just kind of be cannon fodder, you know. It'll be out there because it's just, sometimes I think I need to diversify the channel a little bit to make sure that there's lots of content on there for people. Because not everybody's into farm sim stuff, you know. And ultimately, I do want to grow the channel and let it be successful. So that's sort of my thought, and I didn't get there in time to stop him. Shnikes. Oh, yeah, I did. Nice. This would probably be an instance where that follow me mod would actually work. It won't work for doing plowing, but it would work for this. But guess what? I uninstalled it because I was like, yeah, I'll never need that. So we're getting all this done. It hasn't been too bad. Kind of keep this guy centered here and everything works out. Well, there's a lot though. I picked up 2 games yesterday, and I picked up GTA 5, and then I also picked up another game that I've been eyeing for a while, which is called Dirt Rally. And so I'm going to be playing those a little bit. And like I said, don't be surprised if I add some of those games video-wise onto either the stream or the stream that I talk about doing that I haven't done yet. But don't be surprised if I don't add those into, you know, regular content moving forward. So, because what I'm thinking is I get like, on Mondays there's a farm sim video and maybe a Euro truck video. Tuesdays is maybe, you know, farm sim and a fishing video. Wednesdays is farm sim and, you know, LSPDFR. Thursdays is farm sim and World of Warships, you know. So maybe there's, you know, I'm putting variety on there, you know, and some of it may be content that came from when I did a live stream. And you know, for those people who didn't see the live stream, the video will be on there and they can watch it. And this guy is done. See, that didn't take nearly as much time as the plowing thing did. Nice. Go ahead and run this guy over here. So what we'll do is come in here. Our moisture content won't recalculate until noon tomorrow, but it should come well up. Go ahead and park this guy. Back it in here. And like I said, for now, we're going to use these just regular seeders. I'll eventually get an air seeder and use the air seeder. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and use these guys to seed with. And I'll go ahead and pull this one over here. So we've learned one thing today on this field. Any kind of field work that you do, it needs to go north-south instead of east-west, because east-west they run into the ditch. So that's a new thing that I have learned. What did we learn with Moose today? Well, kids, today we learned that when you're working in the field, you go north-south, not east-west. And that's what we learned with Moose today. I'm just kidding. I ate too many lead chips when I was a kid. I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. Alrighty. So we'll have this field cultivated. We're about 30 minutes into this video, so I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and seed next, and then we'll come back. Oh, no, we're going to water next. Keep forgetting about tram lines. Which is not really going to matter, because I'm going to have to run over this field 8 million times to put water into it. Because you think about it, tomorrow I've got to put a an application of pest control and water down. So that's 2 trips through the field with the sprayer. Then I got to come back and put the next day a trip of PK and water down. So that's 2 trips through the field. And then on the 4th day, I'll probably have to put another application of water down. So that's going to be yet another trip through the field. So we're talking like 5 trips through the field. So we're going to have some pretty distinct, some really distinct tram lines when we're done. Oops. Oh, I hit it. I was trying not to. I was trying to do it first person and not hit it, but I'm not real good at all that yet. It might be easier with mirrors, but it's certainly not easy without them. Alright. So here's what I'm going to do on seeding this. I think I'm just going to, I think what I want to do is just start one at one side of the field and one at the other side of the field, instead of trying to like match each other's paths. And that, I think that'll be easier to do. Did I just purchase that? Yeah, you have to. And I think that'll be easier than trying to set up Courseplay and follow a course and all that other stuff. It'll just be a little bit easier, and that way I can hire the help to do one, and I'll do the other one, and all will be good. So that's my thinking on that. Oh, how are we doing on Go Juice? Looks like we got plenty. So let me jump over to this guy. Go ahead and undo him. And you love that 1050 there, don't you? Alright. And we'll go ahead and set that up. And we'll put Harold to work. And Harold, the hired hand, is off and running. And I need to grab this guy now. And then I'll go ahead and get up on this end of the field. Which is silly. I should have put the 1050 up on this end of the field to deal with this hill instead of me dealing with it, but I'm going to have to deal with it nevertheless. So, alrighty. So we get into the magic of GPS, and of course we always remember that on GPS with this particular seeder, it wants to say it's 7.1 working width, and we know that it's 6 meters. So don't fall for that trick. You've already messed me up plenty of times with that game. Alright, no offset, and then let's curl this all the way up here to the edge of the field, like so, and we are good to go. Yeah, you're not going to get me with that banana in the tailpipe trick again. See, yet another subtle movie reference. If you got that one, good for you. Ain't gonna fall for no banana in the tailpipe trick. Great movie from my childhood. Showing my age there. Alright. So we got wheat going into the field. And we'll do this. And I can get rid of Courseplay. Hello. What did I do? Hire a stupid working hand right there? I do some stupid stuff sometimes. I know. I need to get rid of that stupid button. Why? There we go. So how are y'all liking the camera movements with the track IR now? I know every once in a while I'll do something stupid, like tilt my head sideways or something like that, but I'm able to keep everything more on a level plane than I was when I was using the thumbsticks to move the camera. It seems like it's better. Not as jerky and abrupt sometimes as it used to be. It would be like all over the place, you know, when I was trying to come back and forth. But I think it's working good, and I'm starting to get it down the knack. The big thing is I have to remember to set the profile before I come into the game, because in Track IR you've got to set your profile up, and a lot of times I forget to set it to smooth, and so I get which dials down the speed and adjusts the smoothness of it. And sometimes I forget to do that before I come in. It's real herky-jerky. See, I want to go into my bindings and change my bindings to where my button that is hired help on my gamepad, instead of being hired help, I'd like that to be GPS enabled. So what would normally be my Control W function, I want to make that just the button on my gamepad. That would be sweet. I've just got to be thinking about it one day and actually do it. And spend the time to dig through the bindings and actually figure out what the command is, where it is. It's basically just looking around to find Control W. Now, I was watching Ian Robson's stream yesterday, or not stream, but I was watching his video, and because I was thinking about getting that big John Deere air seeder and bringing it into the game, but he was mentioning that on these fields, because they've got these little ups and downs, they've got little imperfections in it, that he was missing a lot of spots with it, because that modded seeder was skipping those spots, where he ended up going back to the stock in-game seeder because he was having problems with it not covering the field. So that's one of the reasons I'm sort of steering away from grabbing some modded stuff, because I thought about, like I said, I thought about getting the John Deere, and somebody sent me a modded version of the Horse. I haven't checked it out yet. I will do so and see what it's like. Because I do like to use stuff that's not the stock in-game stuff. It just really is fun to do that, because it pisses all the console people off. Yeah, I said that. I just love that. How do I get this into my game? I've been trying. I play on a PS4. Buy a PC. There's a real good idea for you. That's a great looking tractor. Can I get it for the Xbox? Nope. Mr. Moose, how do I install the Soul mod on my map? I don't understand. What map are you playing? I'm playing Burenholm. But it's not on Burenholm. You have to use a modded map. How do I install a modded map? Put it in your mods folder. I don't understand. I play on an Xbox. And the funniest thing is, you can tell the same person the same thing over and over, and it doesn't sink in. It's like, how many times do I need to tell you you can't mod the Xbox? Or you can't mod PS4 unless you really break into it and do something. You know, you bought Farm Sim for Xbox. You're kind of stuck with the generic. Which, granted, I like console versions for some things. But there are some things that you just have to play on PC. And modded games, I mean, what makes these games great is the fact that you can mod them. You know? I don't think this game would be nearly as popular without the mods. And yes, I have a console. I joked about not having one for a long time. But basically the reason I have a console is my next door neighbor came to me one day and said, my kid fried his console. I'm going to go buy another one. I know you're good with electronics, so here, if you can get it running, it's yours. It took me less than 5 minutes to get it up and running. All I did was held down the power supply key for like 30 seconds to a minute, unplugged the power cord out of the back, plugged it back in, hold the power button down, and it rebooted. I was like, oh, hey, I got an Xbox. I mean, it's a PlayStation is what it is. It's not an Xbox. But yeah. cracks me up. So that's the reason I have one. I would have never bought one. I've always been a PC guy, you know. I've always played games on PC. Go all the way back to Counter-Strike and games before that even. I was a World of Warcraft kid for a while. Played it religiously. You want to talk about something that'll ruin your life and destroy any chances of... Well, I won't say that. But anyways. Yeah. That game is an addictive one. Worse than that was Evercrack. Evercrack destroyed some people's lives. I mean, there were kids committed suicide over that game. Wow. I mean, that was... I remember some mom sued Sony because her kid never left his room and gained all this weight, and somebody stole something. Like, he worked his butt off in game to get some sort of pair of boots, and then he was going to sell that pair of boots to somebody through like eBay or some sort of trade thing where he got actual money for it. Because I don't know if you guys ever played EverQuest, but yeah, man, you could play EverQuest. You could get a high valued, like, unique or you know, piece of equipment that was legendary or whatever. You could sell that for real world money, and you could make some money off of it. I actually, back in the day when World of Warcraft first came out, I actually leveled up 3 or 4 characters to level 60, I think it was, and got them to where they were raid ready and geared so they could go into the instances and actually be, geared to raid. There was a brokerage firm where you could actually go online and list that character with a brokerage firm, and somebody would buy it. And I made a couple of $1,000s off of one of them. It was sick. Yeah, man. The outside game economy off of EverQuest was unrealistic. Not unrealistic, but unreal. It was crazy what people would do for a pair of boots or something, you know. Yeah, EverQuest will forever be the standard for games that will suck the social life right out of you. Well, it looks like in this episode we are going to get pretty darn close to getting this field completely sown. I'll probably stick all the way through it, and the video will be a little longer than an hour. Oh, come on, you stupid thing. I barely even touched that button. So I did that fishing video the other night, and I went off on a rant on the Boy Scouts in it. And y'all know every once in a while I'll get off on a rant, which, that's just me. So I went on this rant and everything. I got to thinking later on, them people that made that video game, they probably don't like the fact that I go off in a rant in the middle of a video showcasing their game. But that's me. I don't do these videos like, I'm not compensated for it or anything else like that. And I don't do these videos in a manner to where I'm trying to be some sort of expert reviewer on it. You know, I like to keep things conversational and keep things real. And, yeah, so that's just me. I have to be honest with you, the reason I haven't recorded a version of World of Warships yet is I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to talk about during that game. And I don't really know that y'all want to hear me cuss the whole game. I'm going to have to be really careful about what I say in that game, because it's easy for me to get frustrated when you come out at the start of the game and you bear to port and you're headed west and there's 3 or 4 cruisers with you and maybe a destroyer, and you're thinking, yeah, I'm in good shape here. I got my teammates around me. We can just gang up on somebody and gank them as soon as they come around an island. And then I go in there playing kind of aggressive. I turn around and start getting blown away by 3 or 4, cruisers. And I look at the map, and them other guys turned about as soon as they saw those cruisers and left. And I'm there fending for myself. That's, yeah. There's times when I get a little hot under the collar at that one. It's like, focus fire. We can win this. As I said in the other game, if you want to play World of Warships and you want to know where the enemy's going, follow Moose. They like me. They like me a lot. We're getting closer to each other. We're probably going to come together and there's going to be like a 2-inch swath between the 2 paths to go back over with a cedar. And it's like, do I even do that? Because if I do that, that means I'm going to be going over both sides with my wheels, creating what is equally the exact same path in... Oh, I let the other one do it though, I bet. Ah, there's the smart thing. See? Sometimes it helps to think through this stuff. If I let the other tractor plow the difference between the 2 sides of the field, drive control won't destroy the fruit, so I can just use him to do that. Sweet! I would rather the only tram lines in the field be from when we actually spray fertilizer, herbicide, and water. Oops, sorry about that, guys. My phone went off and my immediate reaction was to look outside and see what the weather's doing. Because we do have a lot of rain in the forecast for today. Hence the reason I'm at home, not out on the boat working. I got up this morning and it was nasty looking in the flight zone. So I said, ain't working today. Came home. Waves were a little rough. Wind was up a little bit. Dark skies. Rain on the horizon. Not the day to go out there and play. Rather lose a little bit of money than to hurt somebody. And weather conditions were not favorable to work today. So the boat sits in the marina and I'm playing some farm sim. And doing a little landscaping this afternoon. And that's exactly what it was. Weather alert. I'm good like that. I've been doing it long enough that I can walk outside and look at the weather and say, eh. I used to work for a guy. He was so good, he could tell you how long you were going to be down for work. He'd be like, come in on a Monday morning, he'd walk outside and he'd look at it, he'd look at the radar and he'd come back in and say, y'all might as well leave for a week. We ain't gonna work for like 6-7 days, so y'all might as well just go somewhere else. Come on back to work next week. And he's spot on. It would, if you sat in town, you would regret it, because it would rain, the seas would be really high, the wind would be up. Every day there would be thunderstorms and we wouldn't work. And it was like, dude knew exactly what he was talking about. He was good, but he was old. He knew exactly what he was doing. He's fun to work with. Alright, boys and girls, guys and gals, I'm going to go ahead and park this seeder and let that other one finish up. Next. And we'll go ahead and move this guy back over to the garage and park him, because we are done with him for now. So I think I will probably end up picking up a another 1050 for plowing. We'll probably pick up I don't know if I'll buy or rent a forage harvester. Might just rent one for the day, for the forage harvester, and we'll go for fix that other field. So we're just about done here. Let's see what our screenshot needs to be. Yeah, that ain't it. Doodle-doodle-doo. Come on, make your turn, buddy. What are you doing? Why did he stop? What happened here? Oh, he's hired help. Ugh. So now I got what I feared. Look at all those little spots he left on the edge. So he's hired help, which means if I go back here and I try to seed that little bitty spot, I will end up, well, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens if I put hired help on right here. Oh, it sensed it. Good. That worked out. And we'll take a screenshot here. That'll get us something to use for the old our scenic little greetings from Manchester card. Yeah. And we will, let's see, we're a little over an hour already on this video. So, I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and call this video now. And, what we'll do is when we start the next video, I'll go ahead, we'll spray water on the field. Then we'll fast track to day 2 and go from there. So that's what we'll do. Alrighty guys, hey, thanks for watching today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. We got a lot accomplished actually, and hope you guys will come back tomorrow as we continue on with Manchester. Tomorrow will be basically watering, water, pesticide tomorrow, and then we'll probably, since we will be fast forwarding to day 2, we should be able to start harvesting those fields back in the back and get that going. So we'll be working on that as well. At some point we'll get over into field 1 and we'll get that corn out of there. Do we buy the field or not buy the field? You know, I might as well just put a little money in the game and buy that field and have it, and we'll just, you know, we won't be working for goals. We'll just be playing the game, and money not be an issue, because it's kind of what I said I was going to do anyways, was not let money be an issue and just play the game to have fun. So that's probably what we'll do. All right. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do. I do a new video each and every day, as we've been talking about. And we'll have another one out tomorrow. Like the video if you didn't already. And I will see you guys back tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Until then, stay safe. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.